Right. So England finally fighting back for a 113-run win in Manchester to draw level. Your initial thoughts on the victory?
Fantastic performance, start to finish from England. Batting, bowling, uh, catching, fielding, everything was on point. And most importantly, the aggression, the intent, and the sort of fearless way in which they played this match really deserves praise. So, thoroughly impressive performance from England.
Correct. And great performance from Stuart Broad. Nice to see that he came up with a spell to back up his words in Southampton.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Again, it goes back to the same thing. I mean, keep the ball pitched up, get it
Yeah.
to move, bowl in the right areas. That is the key for all pacers.
Mhm.
Stuart Broad, of course, we know right through his career, he's been a good forward length type bowler. Likes to keep it up, and he did the same thing in this match, and he got the rewards.
Yeah, I mean, very good partnership when it came to new ball bowling today in the morning between Chris Vokes and Stuart Broad. But to me, I think it was Broad's spell with the new ball late on day four that sort of turned things around for England. That's when West Indies wasn't exactly cruising, but it wasn't exactly falling off the rails either. They were drifting along, and it needed a jolt, and that's exactly what Broad provided yesterday with those 3 wickets in quick succession. So what did you make of their especially of Vokes and Broad in that first 1 hour on day five?
Oh yeah, like you said, Broad's spell with the new ball turned things around in the West Indies first innings. He got 3 wickets for I think just 1 run in that. It was a
Yeah.
dream spell, just
Mm.
blasted through the West Indies middle order, and in effect set up this victory because by sort of bowling West Indies out in quick time, they gave. England gave themselves enough time to get them out for the second time. So yeah, fantastic spell there from Broad.
But where does all this leave West Indies? Of course, they seem to have done everything right until day four, until that moment that we just discussed. But somewhere along the line, it seems like they just, have two results in mind, either win or lose. It seems like it's very difficult for them to dig deep and play out a draw. Some of the shots today, the low order batsmen played, looked like they just couldn't resist the temptation to go after the bowlers.
Yeah, I mean, no need to mince words here, Ayan. They were horrible. West Indies were just horrible in this match because um, I think they let uh, the advantage go right in the first session of the first day because when they won the toss,
Yeah,
elected to bowl and rightly so in such helpful conditions, and then their pacers
correct.
just couldn't get it right and allowed England to get a good start and then allowed England to actually make 400 plus on this pitch. I think
Yeah,
they pretty much lost the plot right there. And yeah, like you said, the batting has been quite poor because we've seen quite a few 50s, but nobody converting them. And yeah, today they were supposed to dig in and play proper test match cricket. Uh, they didn't at no stage did they look really very comfortable. Apart from the brief time when Brooks was batting with Blackwood, I don't think they were ever really looked like they were going to save this match.
correct. And again, I mean, one more case for, I mean, it's just curious why Jason Holder keeps batting at the position that he does. For instance, I felt that today was an opportune moment for him to probably, promote himself up the order, come at 5 or 6, and just sort of anchor the innings. And he was doing just that until he got that, gem of a delivery from Dom Bess. I mean, you couldn't have done much about it the minute the ball landed on the rough, typical off spinner's dismissal. But in terms of captaincy as well, I mean, in terms of the sheer quality of cricket in the last two test matches, I mean, there's nothing to complain, correct? I mean, it's quite entertaining thus far.
Oh yeah, two fifth day finishes despite losing a full day's play due to rain. This happened in the first test also. So I mean, what more can you ask for? Both matches pretty evenly contested. I mean, first match, of course, was much closer than this, but even this match went down to the last 15 overs.
Yeah,
So, Test cricket is back. I mean,
yeah,
international
absolutely.
cricket is back. What an advertisement for international cricket to restart like this.
Yeah, and there goes the case for 4-day Test cricket as well, right?
No, no, both matches have been 4 days though. I was just thinking about it. So the 4 day argument might still be valid, but yeah, I mean, if it was 4 days, then these both matches would have been called off on the fourth day, which means we
Yeah.
would have got two draws.
Right, so it's right, absolutely. So now, looking forward to again another Manchester Test. This time, the decider sets up the match beautifully for both sides, especially for England, who will have Jofra Archer back. So a headache of like a pleasant headache to have for Joe Root. Who do you think they will go with as far as the three seamers are concerned?
Unfortunate, but I think Karan might have to miss out,
Yeah,
even though he was actually quite impressive. He didn't get a whole lot of wickets, but he's the sort of nagging English seamer who's not really quick, but
mm,
left armer from over the wicket, brings the ball into the right-handers, just keeps it around and about, off stump full, brings it back in. But I think Wokes and Broad sort of select themselves based on their performance in this
yeah,
match, and obviously Archer coming back. I mean, it's
yeah.
set things up really nicely for England. I
Yeah.
would say that yeah. I mean, I think England are gonna wrap the series up 2-1.
Yeah, and do you reckon any changes in the West Indies camp, or someone like Rakeem Cornwell coming in, because Chase seems to have done a good job as far as the spin department is concerned, right?
He has, but of course he's not a full-fledged spinner like. But yeah, I think they would need one more spinner, West Indies, because we're playing on the same pitch. I mean, not the same pitch, the same stadium
Yeah,
again. So there will be. I mean, we've already seen in this match that there is some turn and bounce and uneven bounce on offer. So yeah, I think West Indies would need the extra spinner here.
right. And it will be a disservice to the man if we don't discuss him again today. Ben Stokes,
Yes, Ben
very
Stokes.
good innings. Yeah, with brilliant 100, follows up, followed it up with a rapid half century, then wickets the ball. So basically, this test turned out to be a Broad and Stokes show in a way.
So Stokes the man of the match for me, or would you give it to Broad?
Uh, I don't know if it's perhaps happening as we speak, but it would I probably would go with Broad, simply because I mean, for him to come back and bowl the way he did, because of course Stokes set up the match with his 100, but it was Broad's spell on day 4 that really opened the door for England and gave Joe Root the chance to attack with the way he did. So yeah, Broad for me, but I
Hmm.
guess we'll find out.
Yeah, they will be announced soon. Yeah, brave call, because if you just look at it purely from numbers, then Stokes would get it, because century, big century first innings, and then half century, unbeaten half century in the second,
Yeah,
wickets in both innings. So numbers wise, yeah, I'd pick Stokes. But in terms of just pure
correct.
impact on the match, maybe Broad just about edges it. Yeah.
Let's see how the third and final test shapes up. I mean, as fans, as people watching the sport, you can't be happier that it's the decider with the teams locked on 1-1. We will see how the action unfolds on day 1 of the third test in Manchester. Until then, thanks for joining us. Thank you so much, Ashwin.